Welcome back to the Vertu YouTube channel. Now, I've spent just over a week with this, the Jaecoo 7. Now, if you stick with me, I'm just about to tell you why this Chinese SUV could be the most value for money SUV today on UK roads. Now, Jaecoo is new to Vertu. As of the 1st of July, Jaecoo Burton is actually open. And let's talk pricing, because if I'm going to talk about this being value for money, you're going to want to know what the entry level trim is actually on offer for. It could be yours for £28,947. That's today, is the day of filming from a Vertu dealership. So that Jaecoo Burton dealership, get yourself down there. Right, let's talk about the looks first of all, but before we do, Jaecoo. What is Jaecoo? It's a Chinese brand that sit under Chery. You must have seen Chery around. We'll show you some pictures of Chery as well. We've got Jaecoo, Chery, Amoda, these Chinese brands coming into the SUV market, and we're seeing loads of them. Seriously, when I've been driving this around, I feel like I need to wave to my fellow Jaecoo counterparts. There's so many of these on today's UK roads, and you can see why. First things first, what does everyone say about these? It looks like a Range Rover. It absolutely does. It's modelled, it's chassis designs. We cut some pictures and images of the side, the back, the front. It looks like a bit Range Rover Evoque as it locks itself. It looks a little bit Volare. You can absolutely see what we're talking about. But first of all, this grille at the front is, I mean, you can't really call it iconic, but I've seen in so many Jaecoos that I just recognise the grille straight away. They've made it really simple, metallic, no sort of plastic anywhere, and it looks quite nice and aggressive. A bit BMW-esque, a bit old school Jeep as well. Very, very nice grille, and you recognise it instantly. And for a car that's new on the market, that's really well played. Really like the LED lights that come as standard on this trim, and then we've got just a very nice front end with the 19-inch alloys as well that come standard on this trim. And as we look down the side, we've got, like, this is obviously a white and black combo, classic for a car of this size, and we've got the roof rails there as well, come as standard, and the pan roof as standard on the deluxe entry level trim. So you're not having to pay monster money for the top trim to get a very nice looking Jaecoo, you like what I did there, to get a very nice looking Jaecoo 7. Simplicity is key again with the back, and this is where it looks very Range Rover-esque. Jaecoo 7, we've got the little exhaust notes at the back there, both of them, and this light bar across with those sort of rear lights. It just looks really nice and does the job. And remember, this is the fully fledged SUV. There is a Jaecoo 5, this is the Jaecoo 7, the big boy. And I just think it looks very, very nice indeed. Right. The thing about me, I love a big boot and I need a big boot. So the fact that I've had this for around about 10 days has been fantastic. 500 litres of boot space in this. I've done football tournaments, I've done netball rallies, I've done school trips. I've also done the Friday big shop, and as you can see from the images now, you can fit lots of bags in there. There's 4 bags in there and a plenty. I've got a little bit of under floor storage. I've got the spare tyre down there as well. We've got hooks, we've got clips, we've got 12-volt charging point, and we've got this little sort of adjustable parcel shelf there as well that can come out. I just think a boot like this, very, very good. It's got a little bit of a load space, but what you think with, you got like a Range Rover Evoque or something like that, you think small boot and a lot of plushness on the inside. This has got both. It's got a very, very nice interior, which we'll come on to in a minute, but it's got room aplenty in the boot, and it's remote tailgate as well. Okay, when I first got this, I was really excited to see what it's like on the inside, because if you see something that looks like a Range Rover on the outside and you see the price point of this car, you're going to think you're going to sacrifice the inside. You're going to think it's going to be hard plastics and it's going to be a little bit cheap. On the contrary, this thing has been nothing but pure comfort from the moment I sat in it. And I genuinely am so pleased with it. For a start, the seats. Full leather interior. Remember, I'm going to talk about the luxury trim in a minute. This is the deluxe trim, so the entry-level trim. Fully electric seats, up, down, front, back, and the passenger gets the same deal as well. It's not just my seat, so that is really nice. Finding a driving position could not be easier. Also, I've got this 13.2-inch infotainment system, which is absolutely fantastic. Easy to set up the Apple CarPlay as well, which is wireless, does not need a wire for that, which is really good, and it is just really responsive. I don't have any physical buttons in terms of my climate control, but there is a little shortcut down here that you click on and it springs up and it's got everything that you could possibly need. When we talk about the dash, it's all a nice sort of leather effect. There's no hard plastic here. I've got my ambient lighting as well there, and everything is just in the right place. Even when there is a little bit of plastic, there's a little bit of design to it, which looks like little piano keys here, which again disguise the fact that it's hard plastic. It just looks the part. Got a little bit of chrome effect there, and even this little bit of dash here. There's no... It doesn't seem cheap anywhere. It always looks very premium. In terms of storage, I'm pretty happy as well. I've got 2 cup holders here. I've got my wireless charging pad there for my phone. I've got another spot there for the passenger. That isn't a wireless charging point. It's just somewhere there that you can have your phone if you're a passenger. I've also got a little bit of storage there. I don't know what you're going to put in there, but you're going to put maybe some sort of change or whatnot. I've got a pen in there, and currently I've got 20p. In there as well, so I have put some change. But under that, we've got a massive storage compartment here as well, which is nice and cool as well. So it is just well thought of in terms of storage. The only weird thing, I say weird, there's a bit here that is specifically for tissues. So it's got a little it's got a little slot here, and it literally says tissue. So you put a little tissue box in there. Just pull your tissues out. I mean, people going to use that for tissues? I don't know. I have a feeling at some point something's going to get stuck down there, and you're going to be like, oh, I've got to take that out. But anyway, it's just a bit quirky. Got a big glove box there, and we've got door bins that aren't the biggest. There's a little bit of hard plastic in there, I guess, but I'm really not complaining for storage here either. Right, I spoke to you about trims. This is the deluxe, and there is a luxury. The deluxe comes with everything you can want. I mentioned the 13.2-inch screen. On the luxury, that's a bit bigger. Gets the 14.8-inch screen, so that is very large indeed. You've got everything you can want on here. We've got heated seats, you've got adaptive cruise control, you've got the 360 camera, so very loaded. On the luxury, you do get ventilated seats, you do get a heated steering wheel thrown in there as well as the big screen. You get heads-up display, and you get a Sony sound system. But considering this is the deluxe version, i.e. the entry-level version, I feel it's absolutely loaded with spec and just gadgets galore. And I think that feels very Range Rover, doesn't it? It feels like you're going to pay the big tag for an entry-level model there, and you're going to fully expect it to be fully loaded. And I know there are levels to this game. You can go up in trims, and it costs you even more money. But I really like that this is fully loaded as well. Now, in terms of safety features and that help you drive, I'm going to talk about them when I do actually drive it, and there is plenty. So make sure you tune in for that. Do not go away. However, 5-star Euro NCAP rating, and in all 4 categories this got over 80%, and that is really strong for a brand so new. And you're looking for reassurance with these new Chinese brands coming into the market, that should be reassurance plenty. And just in case you needed further reassurance, this comes with a 7-year warranty or a 100,000-mile warranty, whatever one comes first. And I think people with new brands want to know that they've got that in their back pocket. What I should have done is got my kids to actually sit back here and give you this part of the review. But to be honest, they're busy doing other stuff. It's summer holidays. They have actually said how roomy it is back here, because I'm used to driving a Nissan Qashqai, and I said, is it spacious enough, guys? But this has got room aplenty. Look at that. That is my driving position now, and look at the headroom I've got here with the pan roof. Remember, electric pan roof there, doesn't eat into my headroom at all. It's absolutely fantastic. And look at the room for my legs as well, and I've got my feet tucked under the seat in front. That is a must-have for me. So room in the back and room in the front for passengers and everyone to sit comfortably whilst you've got bags and school bags and everything else going on, which I've had in this last week. I've had PE kits and football bags and everything like that. Everyone's got loads of room, and that is really, really key. Also, Isofix points. My kids are a little bit beyond the old Isofix points, but these are really good. Clips, no zips, very, very easily accessible. You can see them from a mile off. And the good news is the clip doesn't come out and you're wondering what the hell you do with it. It's really easy to get to, very accessible. I've got centre armrest with 2 cup holders there that we used the other day when we went to McDonald's. And we've also got one USB-C charging point, and we've got a USB charging point. I'd rather 2 USB-Cs, because the other day I had my 2 kids fighting over that, and it did happen, and I was like having to tell them to shut up while driving. And then we have this little storage bit there that I don't really think is going to be used, but I've got 2 seat pockets here, and I've actually got 2 seat pockets in one. I've got one big bit there, but then I've also got 2 little bits, so mobile phone can slot in there quite nicely. iPad minis and all that sort of stuff can slot in there very, very nicely indeed. The only thing I would say is that the passenger here has it's electric seat, but they can also control the electric seat from here. So when my daughter was sat in that, my son was playing with the electric seat. So yeah, that's a little annoying, because people are going to want to wind people up with that. I mean, I quite like it. Now, something I've noticed when driving this straight away, when I looked under the hood, struts. Absolutely love that. I don't have to find the thing that keeps the bonnet. It's just really good when you're driving one of these to know it's got struts. It's a little thing that I like. This is a 1.6 litre petrol engine that powers this. There is a 1.5 litre hybrid, plug-in hybrid as well. But in terms of miles per gallon, this is quite a sizable vehicle, and you're getting around about 38 miles per gallon. The book will tell you. I've been driving this and I'm getting mid-30s, around about 33, 34, which actually, compared to the book, I was actually pleasantly surprised. There's a lot of differentiation between what the book says usually and what you actually get. So to be around about 34 in and around town, pretty happy. When you go into sport mode and obviously you put your foot down a little bit more, expect less. But if you get somewhere near 40 with a car of that size with a petrol engine, well done you. Now, when driving the Jaecoo 7, I fully expected it to be a little bit lacking compared to some of the premium SUVs. Obviously, it's got very similar styling, as we've discussed, to a Range Rover. So you then think, is the price point going to be noticed when it comes to the drive? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Luckily, having driven this fully now for a good week or so, I absolutely cannot believe the price point of this car. It drives so nicely. Everyone I speak to who's owned a Jaecoo 7, genuinely, they said, drive it and you'll absolutely love it. Now, the reason I love this is because it is a fully fledged SUV. It's large enough, it's got that road presence. I feel like I'm in a sort of lofted driving position. I've got great visibility out the front especially, and out the back as well, no problems there. But it actually does everything you need it to on long journeys as well as short journeys. Now, what I mean by that is, power-wise, 144 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in around about 10 seconds. So not exactly express quick, but plenty quick enough. When you put your foot down, it has got that little bit of pull to get you off the line at a busy junction. And the manoeuvrability of this car is so good in and around town. The steering is very light. There's nothing stiff about it whatsoever. I'm in eco mode. When I go into sport mode, again, don't expect it to really set the world alight. It's pretty much the same, but I'm not complaining. I did not expect a sports SUV when climbing into this. But those touches of refinement and simplicity that I mentioned when going through the interior just feed through to the drive. Everything is really, really nice. The suspension, nice and soft. I'm not feeling every single lump and bump in the road. And when I'm driving, I can't help but feel I'm in something very, very premium. And I'm probably in one of the best value for money SUVs out there. It is absolutely astonishing how they've managed to get Range Rover feel in a Jaecoo 7. It's really, really cool. Look, this is a hugely crowded market. I'm looking at a Hyundai Tucson, we've got Nissan Qashqais, we've got Kia Sportages, we've got lots and lots of competition. But with the emergence of Jaecoo, Chery, etc., they are offering you something different, something that looks a little bit different on the road, something that actually offers you a little bit of prestigeness without the prestige price tag. And the drive of this is absolutely fantastic. On longer journeys, there's no wind noise whatsoever. We've also got cruise control as standard as well. So motorway miles, this is going to absolutely eat them up. And I do a lot of motorway miles, so I needed something that's going to be comfortable, but also do the job when you put your foot down, when you want to climb up to an appropriate speed on the motorway. And this is absolutely ideal for it. Infotainment system as well. Now, we've driven BYDs, we've driven lots, and they do take a little bit of getting used to, but this one I find it really, really simple. It's not taking me too long to get used to, and there's some handy little shortcuts because I mentioned the safety features on this car. They're a real plus point for this car. The camera is absolutely incredible as it comes on there where I'm turning left or right or whatever. It's absolutely fantastic. But there's a lot of beeping that goes on. But the beauty about this is that you've got a little shortcut here. You just roll your hands down, almost like your iPhone or your iPad, and then all of a sudden you've got some shortcuts to turn off the lane assist, to turn off the speed limit assist from making a noise. But it's still there to help you. It's still flashing at you if you do go to 41 or 31 and not realising you're in a 30 or a 40. It will still alert you, but you don't just have that constant beeping, which I think is a really nice touch. The fact that I can just do that via my massive iPad there, I think that's absolutely brilliant. Just reversed into position, and this camera is absolutely perfect, and it's split perfectly. I've got the 360 top-down view, all my sensors around me. I've got it in two ways at the bottom. I've also got this HD camera that looks out behind me. It is so good. And much better than anything we kind of have seen. I've also got a camera out the front to help me to watch my surroundings. I have got cameras all around this car, and bear in mind this isn't the top of the range trim either. It's absolutely fantastic. I've enjoyed my time with the Jaecoo so much, and I genuinely think this is the best SUV out there for someone like me. I'm your target audience, someone that wants something that looks prestige on the inside as well as the outside, not spending Range Rover money, but got all the mod cons on the entry level trim as we have here. It's family friendly, kid friendly, it's absolutely perfect for that. Boot space aplenty. It's got absolutely everything. Drive as well, great for school runs and those motorway miles. The Jaecoo and me go together very well, and anyone that is looking for a premium SUV but does not want to spend mega money, this could be your next car. And luckily Vertu have opened a Jaecoo dealership in Burton as of the 1st of July. I mentioned it at the start of the video. So get yourself down to a Vertu dealership and test drive this. You will not regret it. We will see you very soon for another car.